King back with another video. I'm not sure if I clicked the right video because I swear the video said real men protect and provide, something like that. Maybe I clicked the wrong video, but this the video we got, so let's get into it.
This next topic, right? Okay. It says, what are women requiring from men that are not being received or acknowledged? Drew, can you explain this one a little bit?
I just want to hear from women because, I do hear complaints that men are not doing this, they're not doing that. So I wanted to hear from maybe you ladies that y'all could tell us something that we're not doing that we're supposed to be doing, as far as like maybe it could be like providing. You feel like we're not doing as much in that department, or
don't be
we
giving
not
them answers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I gave y'all one example.
I'm gonna let y'all go first because I don't think nobody gonna like my answer.
For me?
No, just in general.
My opinion, I really like loyalty. I love it because it's very rare. I feel like a majority of men that I experience don't give that. That's just my opinion. Just to be honest, be loyal.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, that's it. It would have been simple if people could do that.
The long legs, what was your answer?
So any and almost every time you talk to a woman and you say what they don't like about men or what they don't like about dating, a lot of times they bring it to the loyalty part with the cheating and all and that kind of shit, which is a bad thing. I can agree, but women talk about it so much that you would think that women don't do it. When women cheat just as much as men, if not fucking more, I know married women at my job or chicks that's in relationships that's just talking to, being with, sleeping with other people. I know married men doing the same thing, People sleep with each other. Not saying it's right, but it happens. But women talk about it so much that you would think that they don't do it, only men do it, when women and men do it. And women do it just as much as men, if not more. Just sneakier. That's it.
The question again, because before I go off.
I just want you to go off. Fuck it.
Maybe she has to remember. Say it again. Maybe she has to remember. Yeah.
Say it again.
What are women requiring from men that they aren't receiving or not acknowledging?
That men are not acknowledging.
I feel like men
Get it out.
I feel like men, because I'm trying to pull it. Men expect women to do this, do that. Okay, so situation.
Cook before I say what I think.
I live alone. This, that, and the third. You have your space, I have my space, all right? You call me and say, okay, do you need anything? Do you want anything? This, that, and the third. You know that I need or I want stuff in my house, this, that, and the third. Why do y'all expect women to expect you to... Are you following?
No.
No.
I think I'm about to say. So I would say this. I just
men
maybe
y'all want us to
Ask.
We gotta reboot this.
like. All right, so
tell
let me
y'all
start this. Maybe
or whatnot.
Maybe what she means is we want you to be out about your word. A lot of men front in the beginning to get you. Oh, I'll take care of you. I do all this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be about your word. I don't care if you worked at Burger King. If I like you, I like you. I'm all about souls and, like, how we connect. And I'll be like, nah, I'm good. But don't say you going to take care of me and then it don't happen because now I expect it. And I ask you, are you sure I can do it my own? Because now you look like a clown.
So you met the Burger King cashier.
So she's saying that, or that's what they trying to explain. But women say, oh, let's get in this relationship. I don't want you talking to, being with, dealing with, sleeping with other women. I'm going to be the only one, you need to sleep with. I'm gonna make sure I fulfill all your needs as a man, and then you get into this relationship, and then all the sex stop, or they get bored, or they get tired, or they get a headache, or whatever excuse they hit you with. Back off.
He told you he was going to take care
No,
of you.
I didn't say I meant that. I said I accept it.
Not
I said
that.
I accept it. But even worse, I had somebody with no job and I held it down. That's even worse. I'll take a Burger King over no
So,
job.
so
any day.
how much would you expect from that person? You already going through
I'm
a
not
That's
situation.
what I'm
expecting-
saying. I'm expecting you to be about your work.
No,
Exactly.
but his word
Did he say
is
he-
not his reality. When you know that this
Exactly.
is the problem with sometimes.
Did he
with
say
you
he's going to
ladies.
take you,
I
take
get
care
what
of you
you're
right
No,
now?
please let me explain because I got something to say to that.
Go ahead.
Because
Start it again.
you can't expect something from someone that don't have shit.
Exactly.
He just giving you game, telling you what you want to hear. You got to be the bigger person and be like, well, clearly you're not on my level, or you're not. I'm wasting my time.
I agree. But in the beginning, nobody knows they're wasting their time. You can never say that you met a female that you thought she was going to be something. Turns out, it's great. You know what I'm saying? So what I was saying is, if I know you work at Burger King, just be honest. If you don't have it like that and you work somewhere, just be honest. I don't care. I
His
have my own. That's
intentions
fine.
is to.
But he never
But
said
I'm
he
talking
was-
about, I want a man to be about his word, though. If you're bragging, you get to the bag, but
But
really you can't even, and you work at Burger King, I don't like that. Just be about your word.
Exactly.
If you don't,
It's
if you
not
work
about-
somewhere, you don't make enough, I got you. But don't act
Don't
like you
front.
don't live this lifestyle. I don't like a
Ex-
fronter. Be about your word.
Exactly.
I'll hold it down if you ain't got it. I'll even
Don't-
teach you how to build a brand, and we could do this together. Cause shit is hard and fucking expensive as hell
This
to
is,
do it by
this is
myself.
before or after he got the booms, because a nigga will tell you whatever you want to hear before the
That's what I
pussy.
said in the beginning. So
Yeah.
this was before, right? Let's say before I get to the
Gotcha.
bag. I get to the bag and whatever. I'm like, nah, you good. But you really bragging the design as you get to the bag and whatever. Okay, that attracts us, right? But then if you hit it and you do smash good, and I finally work at Burger King, I'll accept it because you just smashed it good. So it does go hand in hand. In the beginning,
So what you saying
know,
is he could still be successful while fronting because he gonna front, smash good, and you gonna accept it.
no, I said not successful. I'm talking about like in the beginning. Don't front, basically. Don't act like you got this. You this business owner. And come to find out you work at Burger King. You could have told me up front. Now, basically is what I'm saying is, let's say if a person lies.
You also said we all lie in the beginning to get. You realize that, right?
Now, I said we can run this back. I said not all of them. I corrected myself. I said
Yeah.
it's a majority. Not majority means most.
no, when you first meet somebody, you want to show them the better side of yourself, right?
Don't lie about
that's
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so
I
basically,
agree.
what y'all saying is niggas should stop fronting out here.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm gonna let you know
So
all
honesty.
my flaws and whatever. Yeah, just be honest.
Okay.
Just think about it.
Okay.
How many women date people in jail? A lot of them. So
A
why
lot
would
of
we?
y'all.
Exactly.
I think that's different.
So,
I don't think
no,
you-
that's an example. So why won't you keep it a front, like a buck from the beginning? Your flaws, because it don't get no worse than jail. So like, just be honest. And I'm just
Well,
saying. I'm just saying.
I don't think you can lie from there. You're getting to
No,
collect
it's just an
calls.
example. My example is if women's willing to accept that, be you. Because if we feeling you, we're gonna accept it.
No, that's the crazy contradiction. They're
get what
willing to accept that from that nigga in that predicament.
Yep.
But
They're willing to accept that from that nigga in that predicament, but I've heard them same kind of women that will talk to, be with, wait on a dude that's in jail, say they're not talking to a mailman, they're not talking to a FedEx worker, they're not talking to a dude that work at Amazon, they're not talking to a dude that work at the bank. They're not talking to that 9 to 5 dude.
average man, they're expecting 15 times more. You can know I work at Burger King, but expect me to pay your rent. It's impossible. You know I work at Burger King, ma.
I'm hiring high-ticket phone sales closers. I need them. I need a lot of them,
I don't know
actually.
what the fuck you talking
That's
about.
expectations. I would never
That's it.
expect anybody to pay my rent. Like it wasn't
It's
about
just-
But some
expectation.
people
The
do
question was basically like, what do
Why
we
do women?
What are women requiring? From
exactly?
men that
I don't
they're not
require for you to work
I don't
at
require
Burger King. I don't
nothing.
expect you to do
I-
anything.
I
I require for you to
Be honest.
and
Exactly.
tell me
I
how
could-
it is, so
I
I
could
know how
respect
to.
that.
I can. That way, I know if I want to mess with you or not. At least
True.
keep it 100 from the
So
beginning.
we got loyalty, we got honesty. You said you was gonna go off. Let me hear. What
I'm
you
no, I'm
said.
not gonna go off, but
Please do.
honestly, I'm gonna say this: it's a difference between a boy and a man. At the end of the day, men are gonna give you what you need. Now, if you want something different as far as details of how he is as a person and his characteristics, that's different. But a real man is going to provide, he's going to protect you, he's going to do what he has to do. The only thing I think a man could do a little bit differently, but it's hard because they just aren't wired like that, is a little bit more compassion and empathetic when it comes to how women feel and what we're going through and the way we communicate.
That's probably.
But other than that, a man is gonna do what a man has to do. So I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it's true.
It's
Stop
facts.
messing
Remember-
with boys.
What? Oh, okay. I just,
Yeah.
But
what?
you
But yeah,
just
so
Basically,
that's what
man
boys.
gonna handle his business. Let me run that back one more time.
But other than that, a man.
Let's run that back one more.
Honey,
All
from
right,
the
so
beginning.
we got loyalty, we got honesty. You said you was gonna go off. Let me hear. What
I'm
you
no, I'm
said.
not gonna go off, but honestly, I'm gonna say this: it's a difference between a boy and a man. At the end of the day,
I said that
men
today.
are gonna give you what you need. Now, if you want something different as far as details of how he is as a person and his characteristics, that's different. But a real man is gonna provide, he's gonna protect you, he's gonna do what he has to do. The only thing I think a man could do a little bit differently, but it's hard because they just aren't wired like that, is a little bit more compassion and empathetic when it comes to how women feel and what we're going through.
Well, it's hard to put ourselves in your shoes when we've never been a woman. You know, just like it's hard for a woman to put herself in a man's shoes. You know, when she's never been a man. And shit, not only that, women hate being in a man's shoes. A lot of women hate getting up every day, going to work, paying bills. Those are men's shoes. And when women gotta wear it, they hate that shit.
And the way we communicate.
That's probably.
But other than that, a
You
man.
gotta stop expecting a man to communicate like a woman. He'll never communicate like a woman because he isn't a woman. Just like we don't want y'all to communicate or act like a man. All that alpha male, masculine, I'm an alpha female, I'm a masculine woman. No man like that bullshit. Not a real one, at least.
A man is gonna do what a man has to do. So I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it's true.
It's
Stop
facts.
messing
Remember-
with boys.
what? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Like, what?
you
But yeah, stop messing with boys. It's
Nah, I
not
know
the
what
same
you said.
thing.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
But you said be empathetic to the way y'all communicate.
Yes.
What you mean by that?
All right. Y'all ain't gonna like this either, ladies. Don't come at me, but honestly, most women don't know how to correctly communicate.
John, when the king
That's a
for
fact. That's a
her.
Most women don't know how to correctly communicate,
That's
right?
right,
And what I
yeah.
mean by that is we'll use words that, have different meanings, or we'll say one thing when it really means something else. And then, like I said earlier, like, men are men. You say
Right. So you want us to understand some hidden code that you trying to fucking hint at instead of just telling us that men are direct. Tell me what the fuck going on, what's not going on, what you want, what you need, Shit, I'm not gonna know you're hungry unless you tell me. I'm not gonna know that you want your nails done, but you ain't got the fucking money unless you tell me.
what you said, and that's all I can go by because that's what you said. But if you don't know how to properly communicate, now it's automatically messed up because I'm just going off what you said.
Right. Okay.
I believe women communicate. I don't believe you guys could comprehend. So
But that's a part of communication.
it is
Everyone
very,
or
very.
most?
Most.
I would say because you guys could say what y'all want, but y'all don't understand that it's not realistic to get that or to hear somebody tell you what y'all supposed to be doing at the same time. You guys are very vocal on what you want and how you guys want it. But everything else, like you're saying, it goes together. Communication is, you have to comprehend to really communicate. But it's only like one part you guys are doing very well. The other part is just like, I don't know what the fuck.
The only one part you're doing, a lot of women are doing very well, and that's like saying, talking basically. Oh yeah, I don't like that you do this. I don't like that you do that. Well, you know what? I started off doing this, but you didn't appreciate it, so then I fell back. Or I used to get you flowers every Monday for you to start off your week. but you know, you stop cutting them and stop putting them in a vase, and you just start throwing them on a counter and letting them die. So I feel like you ain't appreciating shit like that, you know. And then a lot of women is like have a problem with some shit, and then you explain, you know, how we got to that problem or what part she played, and she don't want to hear that shit.
Sorry, but it's
So
just like flying
you
up.
said it's not realistic, like what women actually want, like them tell you what they want.
Sometimes their expectations is unrealistic.
Yeah,
But
and that,
then we
Like you was saying, I work at Burger King, and you expect me to pay my bills and your bills. You have unrealistic expectations. Or like you're dealing with a nigga who, for the whole time you've been dealing with him, ain't never had money, and you expect him to give you money. Unrealistic expectations.
tell you what we want, and then it's like, oh, what?
But the thing is, a lot of women say one thing but do another or react to another. Like they say they want a loyal man, but then they spend 5, 10 years with a dude that they know that's cheating on them. So do you want a loyal man, or that's what you want because that's what you're reacting to, or that's what you're dealing with? You're saying one thing, but your actions are showing another. So if I can't even take your word at face value, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm gonna give you my example. I need, like she said, there's a difference between a boy and a man.
Yes.
There's a difference between a girl and a woman, or a thought and a girl or a gold digger.
We
I agree. I agree.
So
We
me,
tell
I'm
you what we
realistic.
want, and then we
all I really want is for you to be honest, so we can build.
I-
So like that's realistic. You're supposed to be honest. It says it in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna front throw that shit down, because if not, then it's gonna probably it's not gonna. But like, you know, that's really so.
I agree with all you guys'
Yeah.
reasoning. I'm not gonna lie. Men need to be more loyal.
Audiences agree. Marvel Studios.
Alright guys, thank you guys for watching the video. Comment, like, subscribe. I ain't gonna lie, the guy is tired. Not gonna even cap. I dozed off a couple times. Actually, not a couple times, just that one time. That one time when I had to run it back and see what baby girl was saying. You know, she had some good points, but yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, I appreciate y'all. Y'all who I do it for. Peace. No, wrong.